What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back today for a episode inside the building. It's cold, it's rainy, and water is everywhere. I mean, we are flooded here in Pryor Creek, America. We got coronavirus, we got floods. It is ridiculous. I mean, I got standing water. I mean, it is everywhere. My whole backyard. I'm trying not to turn real fast. I know it makes you sick. I got water, like I told you guys before. Water runs down the shop. It's supposed to come out the back here. Oh, I guess I need to turn the lights on. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. But today's video is going to be pretty simple. We're going to do a little bit of beekeeping inside the shop. Now, my buddy Josh over at Blackberry Ridge, I'm not trying to call you out, my friend, but I watched your last beekeeping video. I've done talked to you about it. We've got to do some stuff. I need to get down there and help you with the bees. I know we've talked about it, and I haven't made it down there. But there's just some little things that will help you not get stung in the face. Let me show you guys this. See, I built this shop here. This is where it all drained, and it drains into the pond, which I put a pipe in here. But apparently I needed to dig it down. The water's flowing, and it'll all flow, but it'll still stand down there, so I think I need to dig a ditch. But I just wanted to show you guys that, because I know I've talked about it in a couple videos. But I've got a hive set up here. We're gonna set the tripod up, and I'm gonna just go over some things. One being some easy equipment. Just simple equipment to make life when you're beekeeping just a little bit more simple. Yeah, so anyway, on a small frame scale, we are gonna try to just go over a few little details on how not to get stung in the face. If you guys didn't watch Blackberry Ridge's farm, you won't know what that means, because he got hammered right in the face. And I have before too. I've actually got hit in the eye from not wearing the proper PPE. I'm not gonna go over PPE today, because you're a beekeeper, you can do what you wanna do on that. You don't have to wear a suit. That's all up to you. I preferably don't like wearing them, but when they're hot, I will definitely suit up, at least put a face veil on. I'm not pretty, and I'm not really pretty, so I don't need to get hammered in the face and make me that much more ugly. So we're gonna get set up here, and I'm gonna show you guys some simple techniques on beginning beekeeping that will help you not get stung. So stick around. All right, so we're gonna bust open. I'm gonna sit down here in this chair, because I don't have to worry about getting stung right now. So first off, I want to go over a couple of tools. The Hive tool, right here, boom. They have a $9.98 one that you can get at your local Tractor Supply, which is basically nothing but a straight up nail puller. I mean, you could probably go buy one for $4.99 if you wanted to at your local hardware store. Any kind of nail puller would work. This ain't got nothing special to it. It doesn't have the nail puller part, of course, but it's just a sharp edge on both two sides, but basically it's just an L bar, and I'll show you how that works here in just a minute. Then you can step up to the stainless without no paint that basically has this basic little curve right here. And what that's for, and I'll show you in a minute, is when you're getting into the frames, you can kind of turn it, you can separate them. Not near as much space here to squash bees as there would be here, as if you're prying this direction with the long bar. There's all kinds of hive tools. Find one that you like. I've got a bunch of them just laying around, so you can't have enough of these. Next thing, and for a small-time beekeeper that's just getting started, and this is what this video is basically for, is people that are just now getting hives and have very minimal experience. Trust me, when you get in a beehive, when you first get it and you've had them for a year and you have your nuke and you can ask my buddy over at Blackberry Ridge. He said he wasn't nervous around them at all until they started swarming his head. Well, whenever you go to break a hive open, year number 2, and they've been in here all winter and they're coming out of dormancy and they're ready to start growing, I guess, as you would say, for the growing for summer. So there's going to be a lot of bees here in this beehive. So when you open it up, don't be intimidated by all the bees. If there's not very many bees, you might look at the reasons maybe why. Maybe your mite number's high. Maybe the hive beetles are in here are high. Maybe there just wasn't enough foundation drawn out. You got to make sure you got 85 to 90% wax foundation before you add another box. You don't want to put another box on too soon and have too much room in the hive for other stuff to come in that the bees can't protect. So you want to keep very minimal. You want bees on all your frames. You want 85% of the comb drawn out on all your hives, on all your frames, and then you can add another box. So now then, once you get into that, and this right here, this one right here is my favorite. This is a must-have tool, and it is a frame puller. This one has, let me show you. So this one has a way that it will grab a hold of the frame. Let me show you. I have a frame right here. So whenever you grab a hold of it, this right here will grab the underneath side, just like that. So whenever you squeeze, you can pull, and it'll pull the frame right up and out. So that's this one, and it comes with a spring, so it stays spring loaded. My spring come off, it broke, but it still works. You just have to use it like chopsticks, so it's not spring loaded. This is the last one that I purchased, and I got it at Orchlands or Tractor Supply. It works, not a fan of it as much. I'll show you guys why. So it doesn't have the grip, so when you close down, it doesn't wrap around and under the frame so you can pull it. It just has those teeth. It locks onto the frame, and you can grab it and pull it, but it doesn't get up and underneath it whenever you pull it out. So that's this puller, which I got it at Tractor Supply, I think, because the spring broke on the other one. I wasn't really looking at it closely when I purchased it to notice that it really isn't that great a one. It works, but not my favorite. So that's tools. I think that those 2 tools are definitely a necessity, minus this. Boom, smoker. Definitely a beginner beekeeper. Every beekeeper needs one of these, but definitely whenever you're first starting out, right here. We'll keep this handy because I'm gonna show you guys what to do with this. Like I said, this video, I am no expert by any means. There's so many ways to keep bees, but I'm gonna show you the things that I've noticed over the last 4 years of keeping bees, and I've managed to be successful at it. I haven't lost all my beehives. Matter of fact, I've started out with 2, and I have since then, in 4 years, I've tripled or quadrupled. I've quadrupled in size. So I'm not that I'm doing anything right or wrong, because there's no wrong way. I was talking with Chad at North Country Off Grid, and me and him were he kind of said something, and it's kind of true. Bees are like a chess match. Every move could be the last move, you know, so you don't know when you're going to get checkmated. But beekeeping is tough. I've just been successful at it so far. So let's go over what happens. So this is the hive. When you come walking up to it for your very first time, you got your smoker lit. Now they have stuff that you can buy, burlap. I did this. So I've been cleaning bee frames, and I melted the wax down. So you can keep this. I filtered it. I put it over a bucket. I poured the wax with water after it melted, and I cleaned it all out. You can see all the dirt and stuff in it. That's what all filtered out of the wax. I'll show you guys that on a different video. I don't have the wax in here, but I've got a big block of it now, and it's completely pure. There's nothing in it. I mean, it basically filtered out everything. But you can keep this. You can use this to light your smoker. This stuff will catch on fire and burn really good. All right, so you're walking up to your hive for the first time. You got your smoker lit. I recommend coming through the front, give them a good puff down here, and then you're gonna wanna lift the lid, give them a good puff right under here, then you're gonna back off, close the lid back. You can set your smoker down, give it just a minute for all the smoke to settle in. The bees, what happens is they think their home's on fire. They're going to go in and they're pretty much gonna engorge themselves on honey. They're gonna start eating the honey because they're actually thinking that they're getting ready to abandon the hive. So they're gonna get in there. That's gonna really basically take the bee's mind away from you. They're gonna be focused on getting their stores that they have in there. So now that you've smoked them, you could let it sit here for a minute. You're gonna come in, pull the lid off. There's a couple of different styles of hives. This is an inner hive cover, which I got this from someone, they gave it to me. Looks like they had penny spacers in there so the airflow could come through during the heat of the summer. So let me show you guys this. There's different kinds of inner hive covers. This is just your standard lid with the metal on top. A lot of my equipment I make on my own. This right here, I make this, it needs to be painted. This is a migratory lid cover, and basically all it does is it sits on there just like that. This is what bigger commercial beekeepers use because they can stack the hives right next to each other. These are cheap to make too. So this inner hive cover is one that is a observation. You don't need this. They have the ones that this is a solid sheet and there's like a hole here. The bees will come out of it. So the observation right here, you're gonna take that off, and most likely you will have to take this right here, your hive tool. You're gonna wanna go, and if you get in the corner and you start prying, you will bust these corners, so you gotta be careful with that. So you may wanna work your way down the edges and try to get it to pop off. The bees will stick the inner hive cover to here with propolis. So they'll fill up all the crooks, all the crannies, all the splits, the cracks. They will put the perfect amount of airflow through this hive that they want. And they will maintain that with propolis by sealing up every crack in the hive. Also keeps ants and other insects from coming in. All right, another disclaimer, not a professional. I'm just gonna keep telling you that because I'm sure, I don't know who all is gonna see this video because I'm hoping that it actually, beekeepers will watch it, beginner beekeepers will actually come and watch this video because this is just stuff that I've learned. But like I said, not a professional. By no means, no beekeeper is. I don't care who they are, how long they've been doing it. There's so many different ways to do beekeeping. You ask one beekeeper one thing, they'll give you an answer. Ask another 100, and you're going to get 100 different answers. So I promise you there's no one way to do beekeeping, and if anybody tells you that there is, they're full of it. But that being said, let me show you how to get into a hive. Josh, this one is for you because I watched your video the other day, and oh Lord, I wanted to come through the camera and help you, brother. I promise. But I'm gonna help you out here. So this is what this video is all about. Don't take no offense to this, Josh. I still love you. Okay, so whenever you come up to your hive, this is what you're seeing. There's gonna be bees everywhere. All these frames, these are empty frames. They're not drawn out. Well, this one has some on it. So that's what a frame looks like, drawn out. That right there is what you want. This right here is what you don't want. I'm not a big fan of the black foundation. This is why they draw it out like this. For some reason they don't. This was a cheap frame from a really cheap kit that they got, that I got probably from Orchlands or Atwoods or something. Now, these are all going to be stuck together whenever you first come up to it. I recommend coming in, putting the hive tool in, and that's where This one kind of comes in handy. You can actually stick it in the corner and kind of pry it. And pry it. Once it breaks apart, you can kind of come through the corners and then pry up. And normally you come to this side, then pry this side up. That's when these come in handy, right here. Josh, get you some of these, brother. You're gonna come in, you can squeeze it, grab it, pull it out. Be slow, which you know that, I know you know that. Bees work off vibration, so when they feel vibration, it agitates the bees. So you're gonna pull this out slow. You can look at it, examine the frame. They make, which I don't even have one. It's like all my stuff's up off the ground. I have boards I can just take and set this frame down. I don't mind the bees being around my knees on the frame. They usually don't come off the frame. I haven't been stung in the ankle. They're not gonna come off here and crawl down your pants leg or any of that stuff. Once you pull this frame out and you examine it, don't put it back in the hive. Now, when this frame's full of honey, it can cause some robbing or draw attention to other bees. So, I mean, you're gonna wanna kind of work the hive quick. You don't want to just leave this thing out for a while because it will promote robbing if it's full of honey. But you can just set that down. They have a clip that hangs on here that you can actually hang the frame on the hive right here, which you can also hang this off the hive. Not recommended because this will catch fire to this. It's happened. So I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you can. We got this hanging off here. This hive, this frame has been extracted. Now look at all this extra room now. You don't have to worry about crushing bees. You don't have to worry about killing bees. You don't have to worry about killing your queen, which is very important, very, very important. I've said that in other videos. So now we can come in and we can pry this over. So like this is pried over. Then you got your tool. You're not taking and scraping the bees off the side of another frame. You got all this room right here to work. You can pull it up like this and check it out. Thor wanted to come say hi. Can you say hi, buddy? Huh? Come here. Can you say hi? You just let yourself in, didn't you? Now you're gonna make all kinds of noise. That's what my kids wanted to come out here, but I wouldn't let them because I wanted to do this video so I could do it in peace and quiet. But anyway, so we got this frame out. You can examine it, check it out. What you're gonna wanna do as a new beekeeper is you're gonna come in, you're going to look, of course you might have already puffed them with another puff of smoke because they may be getting agitated and maybe around your face. What you're looking for coming out of spring is gonna come in here and look for eggs. So if you come in and you see cap brood, there'll be honey up top. I wish I had some pictures of some of it, but I don't. We'll do it. You guys leave a comment down below if you want to see that. I'll do a video specifically on that. So usually have honey around here, and then this lower spot will be like a big old huge deal of eggs, larvae, or cap brood. If you see eggs, just put her back. If you go through this hive and you can't find the queen but you found eggs, you're good. If you got 90% of this drawn out, add another box. And basically, you can go through the whole hive. You're gonna keep doing this. Set this here. You can break it apart, check it. Break this one apart, check it. Leave them all over here, break them apart, check them. Then once it comes back time, we'll push them all back together. And then you can reinsert this and then put it all back together. So that's your basic beekeeping 101 as a beginner beekeeper. You're gonna be coming out of winter into spring right now. Your beehives should be loaded with bees if you're in the northeast Oklahoma area. Southern, anywhere south, probably of Missouri and down, your bees are probably gonna be pretty packed with bees. You get down around Florida, Texas area, they're probably swarming already. It's March 20th or something like that, somewhere around there, March something, middle of March. There are gonna be a lot of bees. You get up north, around North Idaho area, way up north, like North Country off-grid, they're probably just now getting rid of the snow. Bees are probably just now coming out of the hive, and they're not gonna be near as ready as the bees down south here. So that's basically it. We can do another 101 beekeeping video on looking for the queen spotting. We can do another 101 video on what to look for in a hive as far as what honey is, what drone brood is, what regular brood is, what eggs are, what a queen cell is. Hopefully we'll be finding some queen cells pretty soon, because I'm going to be making some splits. I think that I'm going to sell a few nukes. But yeah, basically that's it. I really want to do this video, and I am gigging my friend Josh. I did gig him because I watched his beekeeping video the other day, and I've done called him and told him that I'm going to do this video because he was killing me. I wanted to come through the screen and help you, bro. I really did. I promise. This will help you out though. This will help you not get stung in the face. I'm hoping that this video helps you. I got to get up there and help you go through some beehives. I seen you added your flow hives on top of your 10 frames, so you should be getting some honey this year, hopefully. So that's basically all I got for you guys today. This is probably a pretty long video. This is your basic 101 video on beekeeping coming out of winter into spring. Things to look for, things that'll help you out as a beginner beekeeper to help not kill as many bees, because whenever you guys come in here, if you're pulling frames out, putting it back, you're having to, these frames right here are not really drawn out. They will draw them out a lot more, and they'll be thicker. They'll be so thick that when you go to pull it out, that you're scraping bees on the next frame. And if you squash one and kill it and it releases a pheromone that says attack, then yeah, you're gonna get stung in the face. So not that they're gonna get through your suit, but it can still happen. I've been stung through my suit. I have a really good suit, and we can go over all that too later on beekeeping equipment and what to wear. So you guys just let me know down in the comments section what you guys want to know about beekeeping, because like I said, I am an expert, so you guys should listen to me, and I know everything about beekeeping. So if you guys don't know anything, you should definitely, no, I'm definitely kidding. I'm not a professional by any means. Matter of fact, I'm lucky, I guess, that I've been successful with the way that I do things. I need to start probably treating for varroa mites. I don't do that near enough. I have the oxalic acid stuff to do it. It's probably time that I should do it. As of to this point, I have treated for like hive beetles, and I've lost some hives to varroa mites. I know I have, but I don't like come out and treat 2 times a year for varroa mites, which I probably should. I'd probably have better success. But I didn't treat this year, and I had a 90% success rate. I think I only lost like 2 or 3 hives, so that was pretty good, especially for not treating. But I'm trying to raise some varroa resistant bees. And when you're going and treating them like babies, they're going to be babies. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm raising tough bees, and they're mean sometimes, but they're all right. I can handle it. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys want to know anything, leave a comment down below. If you want me to do a different video on things that I do to help you with a situation in an area that you're not that great in, drop a comment, please. Leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Leave something in the comment section. If you don't even want to write a comment, just write hey, or give me a thumbs up in the comment section or something. It helps promote the video. But that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, like I tell my kids, be good and do great things. So see you later.